by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to TGIF, y'all. It's Friday. We made it through another week, and this is Coffee Time with Blind United. So, of course, you know I'm Ed by now, and today we have Miss Monica with us. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday.
Yeah, and then we got Brother George in there to keep the stitches in our laughing. Keep us on our toes that way.
Hey, how you doing? By the way, StreamYard, you lie, StreamYard. It says I'm live on my Facebook page. You lie. Okay. Well, you know what might be part of that cyber. What was it, Pedro? The breakdown or?
They haven't even really gave so much information, guys. But if you've seen the news, airports are down. Certain flights, a lot of flights got canceled. There's the shipping yard down here, over here in San Pedro and Long Beach, backed up for a few miles across the whole country. They said this is global now, they're saying. And they haven't really gave us so much specifics, because if it's global, it would have to be different type of systems. But yeah, that's one of the things that are happening. And it's probably affecting George too.
Well, I was saying that it's called CrowdStrike. That's a company that supposedly they did an update in it. I think they were saying like this morning on NPR that 19,000 airports throughout the world are being hit by the. So it's weird, right? It's a weird thing. So I don't know. Just
correct. And what does that company do by any chance, George?
I don't know. They said something about. I guess they're incorporated with something with Microsoft, because when they did the upload or the update, it knocked out Microsoft, so to speak, or I don't know. It's weird. It's not really, like you said, it's not really clear, because even hospitals are hit, and it's weird. Oh, and the 911 in Alaska was hit. So it's just weird, you know.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess it's like a touch point where these computers go. I don't know, to gather information or to connect to other network. Who knows? Because if it's probably Microsoft, they probably connect together, and one knockdown and of that system could affect other multiple systems and become a chain, you know.
The Russians.
That's what they're gonna say. But thank God it's Friday, guys. The guys working on this might be thinking, hey, it's the weekend, I'm about to head home, this is a mess, I'm out of here.
On that note, I'm so glad we're informal around here, because everybody knows how everything just got hijacked. But it's all good. Breaking news. We got the internet issues, communication issues around the world with travel and all that other kind of stuff, I guess. I haven't heard about it, so I'm quite sure these gentlemen will get deeper into it a little bit later. So, but moving forward, tonight is movie night in our interest groups. We got Uh, Pretty Woman we're gonna play tonight. So come in, check it out. Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. Pretty good movie for those that haven't seen it. Come on in and check that out with us for. So
What's
that's
the name of the movie
tonight.
again, Mr. Davis? I'm sorry.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know about her being a. Well, anyways, okay.
So what you saying? Julia Roberts can't be a hooker?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I just. What year was that movie made, anyways?
It was, I believe, it's in the description. I believe it was made in 1990 something, somewhere in there.
You know, it's
Hey,
kind of funny, guys. You see a movie, right? You enjoy it, and then you look at the date like 30 years ago. Like, wow, you know, it's like,
Oh, yeah. It's a good movie. I've watched it a couple times, you know. So
well, some people didn't. They have a problem with it that they were saying that it was okay to be a hooker and stuff like that. They picked in that movie or something like that.
okay, ain't that the oldest profession in the world?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I'm just saying what I thought people were having a problem with. Honestly, I don't think I seen the movie.
Okay, well, it's actually a really good movie. It's
but
I
you know
heard.
what was funny, Pedro, real quick about that? I know we may show a clip, but real quick, uh, with the Bachelor and the Bachelorette, so they should change it to, excuse my language, they should call it to the puta puta. But anyways, that it's,
El
I mean, come
chambón y
on.
la chambona. But hey, they were having a quiz yesterday, right? It is on the show. They asked, "Is the senior bachelor, I forgot what they called them, uh,
The
older?"
Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, the Golden Bachelor. Is the Golden Bachelor older than the first Bachelor? And they asked the question, and I think the lady said that he's not, and it was true the question. So the regular Bachelor is older than the Golden Bachelor, the one that first Bachelor.
How long? That's been out for like 10 years, right?
I think
Or 20
more
years.
than
Something.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
almost on 20. I think you know.
I don't think it's been 20, Pedro. Reality TV is not hardly barely 20 years old.
Well, let's ask the assistant in the background listening to all of us because we all got one in our house.
Oh, by the way, just to let everyone know, for Wednesday and Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday's show, we have close to 380 hits of views. So, good job, guys.
Oh wow.
So we're again,
Uh,
we just
And
got to
by the
get
way,
up.
we're live we're on YouTube. I'm sorry, we are on the Blind United interest group, and we're on Blind United page right now.
And that's where we're getting those views because he's sharing it from his feed. So because Meta don't want us to do it on those, so we have to share it over there to give those people access to it. So
Okay, okay. Yeah, sometimes Meta's I don't know, Meta's on his own little world. Yeah, heard of the Meta glasses. That's another little thing they got out there now. You know?
Are they? How are those? I've heard of those. They're
they're
pretty
good
Um
as
good.
long as you're doing Meta.
That's
they're
true.
good at yeah, as long as you're doing Meta. I heard you could stream for like 30 minutes the most. The glasses are not super big or nothing. They're kind of slim, but
No, they're Ray Bans. You can get a set of Ray Bans with the Meta stuff in them. You
yeah, but
know,
it's a little thicker though than the slightly thicker than the metal Ray Bans. I
right,
have a
right, right,
pair,
right.
but they have cameras. So I heard the battery doesn't last for all day. Of course, I will understand that part because of the they're trying to make it lighter and stuff like that. I heard that also you only can make 1 minute video clips only.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh.
and I don't know if this is the person not knowing his technology or nothing like that, but it
Well, how
might
you gonna do
be
a 30-minute video if you can only do 1 minute video clips?
well different ways. If you don't have the storage capacity and it's at 4K, 1 minute video equals a lot of data. Okay, so saving that and all that I understand, but let's say if you switch it to 1080, you will get more power. There's some
But
cameras.
what if you just trying to go live and ain't worried about saving it?
No, live you could do it because
You
we
could
messed
do
around
live,
with
Ed.
it
We're
at
talking
school.
about. Sorry. Go ahead, Monica.
No, I'm just saying at school we mess around with it and use and go live on it, but I don't know. They're okay. It's kind of confusing, you know?
You know, I have a question, Pedro. Because you're really into videos and you know the quality. So let's say I have a let's say like Mr. Davis, he has a iPro 15. I mean iPro,
iPhone.
15 Pro, iPro. What the hell was that? Anyways, so he has a 15 Pro and I have a 12, and I see someone has a 13. If we go live, will not just the native apps or the native settings, will there be a difference? Could you see it from my 12 to his 15, even though we're both
Um,
on 1080?
if you're both on 1080, it's gonna be 1080, and then depending on the stream quality that Facebook is allowing, it might be 720. Sometimes when we watch videos on our phones from YouTube, they're at 720p quality
Oh,
because
really?
we're
I didn't know that.
yeah, because we're watching them on a small screen. You can change it to 1080p. You could take it down to 480p, you know, if you want to save data, but you could change it to 1080, high quality, you know, there's another option for that. But I'm saying for these glasses and recording, there's other cameras that you clip on yourself, and if you have it in 4K 60 frames recording, the device gets hot so quick that the battery only lasts around 10 minutes recording.
Really?
But if
Oh,
you
wow.
change it to 1080p, it's less uh tasking on the battery and the energy usage, that it can last longer. So I did not got the glasses on my hands to go mess with the settings and see what can I do. I haven't got them in my hand to see if I could maybe crack them somehow and root them or unlock them somehow. I haven't, so I haven't had them in my hand to go mess with that.
Are
Well, I
people
heard
still unlocked?
the only other good thing about them is you can use them with Ira.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, but that's chart. I wonder if you could use them with Be My Eyes.
Well, I mean, again, that's a whole nother question. So
Yeah, because Ira's paid subscription, and yes, it is helpful, guys. It doesn't have an AI, but they're bringing a AI to that application. But you have to pay a monthly subscription. Okay, they're building their model, but if their model is based off of ChatGPT and is drawing from ChatGPT, right? Be My Eyes is doing the same thing, and why pay for it? And then in our upcoming clip, y'all will see why I say this too. But
right, it sounds like in the clip we're gonna play a little while. It sounds like they actually work together at this point. Be My Eyes and Ira, as far
I'm
as
just curious. You know, I keep hearing about this model. I wonder how she looks like.
okay, with the new in the clip, you'll be able to
Shiny, George, shiny.
you'll be able to get some really good feedback as to what she looks like, since you assume it's a she. So
Bump
well,
dots, bump dots.
yeah, folks. So right now
But
we
I was
take
gonna say
pictures.
something real fast.
Go ahead.
The other day I was in Access and I heard somebody on their glasses. I heard all their text messages. So I was like, man, that's kind of not private or whatever, you know? So I don't know. I didn't really like that because I was like, man, I heard
so
all
they
their messages.
so they had their glasses on, Monica,
Uh
and
huh.
you could hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's crazy because I've heard also that the speaker really wasn't all that good on them.
No.
They
When you're,
are that
they're
good, but
good.
when
They're good.
and I haven't compared them together, but when I heard the Bose ones, this was a couple years ago when the Bose ones barely came out.
Well, you almost can't never beat Bose. Bose is
Yeah,
always
yeah. But
top of
that's
the
what
line.
I'm saying. So I mean, I don't know what they're comparing it to. Are they comparing it to the Bose, or are they just in
But
general saying?
I was just told it wasn't that good. I mean, I forget the lady that was trying to do a demonstration. Matter of fact, I think it was the lady we had on here a while back.
Mm, okay.
And she was trying to do a video and allow us to hear what was coming through the glasses. And
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't never get it to come loud enough where we could hear it on the recording.
Oh wow,
And
because
and yes, and that could be multiple problems. It might not be due to the speaker. It might be due to her mic. Also, her mic gain might be low. Those speakers on the glasses are made to be for close contact to your ear, so you could hear it personally. We got to take account of that, just not to belittle to put down the glasses. Plus, these persons may not know that they could probably pair some headset
So
or
bottom
their
line, you're saying user error,
yeah, it could be user error, and you know what I mean.
right?
Yeah, and also that's what I'm saying. I haven't got to play with them because I will go try to do all kinds of stuff. I would have been looked at the youth if it has Bluetooth connectivity. I would already paired my AirPods to it. You know what I mean?
But
I would
maybe
have
when
tried
we
all
get
that.
to VA House, we can go across the street. I'm quite sure they got them right there at the Sunglass Hut.
Yeah, let's see how much
You
it
know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
is.
think that's
saying?
where this person bought theirs.
Yeah, we can go over there and we just take a bunch of us in there. There's only probably one sales lady, so
I know,
Mhm.
yes, but this is a salesperson. There might not be a sales tech person.
right, right. But what my no, my point being is, have her, hook you up with a pair of the Meta Ray Bans or whatever, right? And then while
Hmm.
you're testing them out, we can all bombard her with other questions about other glasses, and that'll give you plenty of time to
Wow. You're gonna be there. You guys are gonna be there all day, man. Can't help it.
give you time to play with the glasses and see how they work out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I
I
want
mean,
to.
they do
Hmm.
work good when you're going live on Facebook. I know
Hmm.
when we're at school, we my friend has a pair and we mess around and go on Facebook live and do them, but it's just to do a video is hard because the camera wasn't facing right, and she thought she was uh recording herself, and she was recording me the whole time. I wasn't even looking at the camera because I didn't know she was filming me, so it was just weird. But
Hmm.
it's hard
And
to change the camera back and forth.
so also I think those glasses you must have an app installed on your phone. If I'm not too mistaken, I don't know if Monica knows because she has a little more time messing around slightly with those glasses. But it feels to me like they have their own app, and if it'd be nice if they could iPhone and those glasses, Meta could play friendly with each other and let the cues from the native application be on the glasses so you can cue yourself and aim and get that person on the center. Because as a blind content creator, um, getting that shot, getting the person in the center of the camera is almost number one. Second to me is good audio quality, but the visuals matter a lot. I'm not using my blindness as an excuse for that. We all know when you're recording video, the object is to center the object in the middle of the frame. So even though I'm blind, I picture that in my mind, and I picture the angle I'm looking at and what might be around and what is around. I do take accountability on that part. um and those glasses, they don't really show you cues, you know what I mean? They don't give you audible cues. I know iPhone gives you audible cues, speaking cues, and haptic feedback.
and that's why I continue to say quit doing all of these standalone glasses. We just need a pair of wearable glasses with a microphone and a camera on it that we can connect to our phone and use whatever app we have on our phone. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need all this standalone stuff. Oh well, I gotta have my, when I'm doing Facebook, I need my Meta glasses. When I'm doing this, I need my Orcam. When I'm doing that, I need whatever. Come on, man, just give me something that does it all. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need.
Yes, but
Quit making us spend,
mhm.
thousands of dollars to have everything that's out there in order to do everything we want to do.
Hmm.
That's the sad part. I mean, come on, give us one pair of glasses that we can just connect to our phone, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even like Meta, you can get those for what, like $300 or so, right? I
Yeah.
don't care. If I got to pay $500 for a pair of glasses to do it all, that's better than spending 300 on Meta. What is it? 1800 on the what is it? The Envision, right? then how much is Orcam? Those things are what, $2,000, $300, $3,000, whatever.
$3,000.
You
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm saying?
they're not even pushing those no more. Now they push something called Oricam Pro. You have an
Okay, it's
1,000 one.
still the
Hold on, let me
same. It's the same thing,
hold on,
Pedro.
hold on,
It's
hold
just an
on,
updated version, dog.
hold
It's a
on.
reason for them to charge us more money. That's
Let me
all.
finish. Let me finish. I know this, but think about this. This is what Oricam and all these companies are doing. They're upgrading their things and they're putting a subscription-based model to obtain a goal to have a glasses to do it all. It might take an open source type of thing to do because when
Well,
you
I
get
mean, I agree, especially if it's got any kind of AI in it. I mean, I agree.
no that
Understanding how
AI
that
part,
works.
the glasses don't have AI.
Oh, well, they can, excuse my language. No, they can kiss mine on the right side.
None of
I'll
these
be good.
glasses got AI in them. They're
Oh,
drawing
well, I
back
mean, the
from your
Ira
phone.
does, but I mean, I'm sorry, the Envision does, but those are going to be what, more
Hmm.
like 2,800, 3,000 for those.
And the vision glasses guys don't got no
And
cameras either.
now, I mean, let's go here. With being able to use the Meta with Ira, Ira now has AI. Okay, so again, there's AI there. It's just, again, we're already paying a subscription for Ira anyway, so therefore that's nothing really new as far as that, right? But it's just they're introducing the AI, like you say, with the Envision. Yeah, you to get the ones with AI in it, and I promise you, there's a subscription with it. You know,
Hmm.
even my Glide, when I finally get it, there's a subscription with that. Why? Because there's AI in it. It's constantly updating and learning and all of that kind of good stuff. And you got to have that subscription to keep it connected. So you're not walking around with a stupid AI unit, you know. So all that kind of good stuff. But no, that's crazy. Just quit playing games, all of this proprietary stuff, and just give us one pair of wearables that we can just do it all. You know what I'm saying?
We
So
didn't even check. I wonder if they were on sale on Prime Day.
who's on sale?
The glasses.
Which
Not
one?
who, but what.
Uh,
Who was on sale?
well, I mean,
You
well,
heard
she
that,
said
George?
they. She said they. So I said who?
Yeah, I said we didn't even check. I didn't know if they were on sale on the Prime Day.
Yeah, and
We should have probably checked.
that's the lag about those glasses, that they don't work with YouTube. They don't work with other streaming sites, and it will be nice, but Meta wants traffic going to them, and
Everybody wants everything to be going to them. Well,
yeah, we need a company that is not a social media company to come out that's a camera company that could get a contract, make some Ray-Ban glasses and have them open, and they just cameras with mics and all that, and have them open for any application to take
okay,
advantage
George, I'm gonna
of
need you
them,
to get to work on that right away, sir.
because then we could use Be My Eyes, we could use Seeing AI, we could use the object recognition feature on the iPhone that we already have, and we could get all those sound cues if iPhone plays nice. And we know Apple sometimes they don't like to play nice.
Well, no, I mean, don't none of them like to play nice. They all want to be proprietary. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So, and that's the problem. I mean, you can set it up where your intellectual property is not being breached, right? But yet it's still you can still connected to other devices. I mean, today's world technology, I say nothing is impossible. That's the way I look at it. Every day is constantly changing, constantly doing more and more new stuff. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is trying to get people to work together, and that's the problem. They don't want to work together.
And
Just
and
that's
that could be their their downfall. There was like an article I read a few weeks back, and they were talking about how what companies would you see in 2050. Okay.
well. I mean, brand wise, they all might still be there, but corporate wise, it's probably going to be, a couple, 2 or 3 major corporations going to own everything. Just that simple.
Well,
Just like right now,
didn't
all the
say
media.
owning. I didn't say owning. I'm saying what companies are going to survive, because tech is always changing. It's constantly changing, and the landscape changed. That's why we don't have MySpace. Now we got MySpace 2 that came out, guys. If y'all haven't heard, there's a MySpace 2 now.
There used to be a MySpace. When did it? I mean, I know it went away, so I guess now it's back.
Yeah, updated. It was kind of like an old form. When Facebook came out, and it was MySpace around too, Facebook had way more functionality and stuff.
Right,
And
right.
MySpace kept it more on a basic and concentrated on stuff, and they didn't update and try to see what Facebook was doing and adapt. And that's what these companies need to do, is adapt. And if they don't adapt to play nice, because all our technology mingles with each other already.
Right.
And when you get that notification that says, do you want to let this app connect with other things on your network and talk to each other? Well, they're basically telling you they want to get your info so they could show you more relevant ads, is what they're doing. It's not to make it easy for you. So just keep that in mind. But
I got you. I got you. So, George, you still there? It says you still here, but you done got all the way silent on me over here.
He's eating his cannoli.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had a call from a customer. So real quick, guys, remember how we were talking about yesterday or Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, about COVID?
Yeah.
Well, one of my customers, she had gone out of town for a visit, and I had an appointment with her today. She called me, and she said that she has COVID. So, folks, still out there, guys,
Still out there. Well,
yeah.
So.
And she's in her...
Please. I mean, well, it's on you. I mean, I got my vaccination. I ain't going to worry about it. I'm good. It's on you to do what you're going to do. I hope that you go get your vaccination. That way you don't have to worry about it. If not, you might as well go ahead and get you a mask. And, matter of fact, get you a whole bunch of masks. That way you can coordinate with the rest of your outfit. So,
But if that's your choice of not getting the vaccine, have your hand sanitizer set. Take your precautions. If that's the route you're taking, wash your hands daily and stuff. If you're not into the vaccines, because that's
all of that.
That's the person's choice, And personally, I don't have all the new ones. I only have the 2 basic ones. And I'm always cleaning my hands, folks. I'm always hand sanitizer. Some smell like cookie dough. Some smell like pound cake, but they smell good.
So
I laugh because my wife, her smells like strawberry.
Right. Well, with all the work I put into making sure I got this article recorded today, I definitely want to make sure we play it. And we
haven't played it yet? I thought we played it and we were talking about it.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
So, but anyway, Pedro, it's on you. You want to play our regular stuff before or after? It's on you, but we got to get that stuff in there too. So you're the man with the fingers on the buttons.
All right.
But I did put a lot of work into this article, y'all. It took me 2 tries to get it recorded.
All right.
And edited.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna play our stuff first, and we'll be back, folks. Oh my God.
Feeling lucky? Join Blind United for a thrilling day at Viejas Casino and Resort. Slaw Machine. Mark your calendars for Friday, August 9th. We're rolling out from 2 locations, Montclair and Buena Park at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. For just $21, you can enjoy a ride filled with fun, refreshments, and the chance to win big. Remember, space is limited, and the deadline for your payment is July 20th. All bookings are non-refundable after July 20th. Bring your poker face and your ID and get ready for a day of excitement and entertainment. No worries about the drive. We've got you covered. You can just relax there and back. Book your spot now. Contact Cheryl at 909-821-9589, see Thurston74 at gmail.com, or Pedro at 323-631-2122, P. Aguilera at blindunited.org. Let's hit the jackpot together. You can sell your payments to Blind United Incorporated by using the email blindunited2022 at gmail.com.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Blind United.
Hey everybody, and we're gonna start this clip. So this clip is around 10, almost 15 minutes. So let's get into it.
Right quick, Pedro, just because you paused.
Good morning, fellow Federationists.
You got to notice the date on the thing about the bus being the 20th.
Last year during
that.
convention, Be My Eyes CEO Mike Buckley stood here and told you about the thing that had just started, a little thing called Be My AI. Anybody use it here? Today, I want to tell you a little bit more about what happens when a company has leadership that is centered on blindness. Beginning 10 years ago, from our blind founder, furniture craftsman Hans Wiberg, who wanted more solutions, more tools. There are significant blind memberships at Be My Eyes on our board of directors, and our products are influenced by 200 blind beta testers around the world. In fact, are there any blind beta testers for Be My Eyes in this room? Yeah. Since Mike Buckley spoke here in the last 12 months, we've had a profusion of new features that are blind informed. Now you can do private friends and family circles, create your own. You have Be My Eyes for work. You have Be My Eyes on an Android platform for the global south. You have Microsoft partnered with Be My Eyes for Windows Desktop AI. Anyone use it yet? A couple of months ago, we put out Be My Eyes' own inclusive language guide. What company puts out a disability language guide? One that is blind informed. Yeah. And we put out a service directory. It's in every app, maybe 1,000 different companies and so forth. But also in there, you will find the phone numbers and can be connected directly to every affiliate president in the United States. Centering on blindness really makes a difference. You know, those beta testers who started with us a little more than a year ago said one thing: I want facial description. And that loud and clear voice informed us. We're working with our partners at OpenAI, and we said, our members need facial description. They said, no, we've got to blur it. I said, we need this description. You know, we're at a table demanding something from a $100 billion company, and guess what? They gave us facial description. It's available in all 49 states except for the state of Illinois, which has its own rules. And I think there are a few lawyers in Illinois. Where are you? You got some work to do. Yeah. what we're finding in this last year is that blind people are using the hell out of AI. Last month, our servers had 2,100,000 queries just for Be My AI. That means every 1.2 seconds around the clock, somebody on the planet who's blind is asking for description through AI. That's, to our surprise, that's 7 times more queries for AI than the old volunteer service. But guess what? The volunteer calls are still as strong as ever, have themselves increased, and it's important to us that if you need information, you have the choice. AI or human, it doesn't matter as long as you use it. The average person who's on AI uses it 4.7 times a day to find out information. And this last 16 months of experience has shown us that AI really can do amazing things. I'll tell you just one example. Last week, a blind woman in California who's using, she's figured out how to write the code to run a 3D printer. And those of you who've run 3D printers, sometimes they go awry. Is the object being created properly, or is it spaghettiing out? And it'll describe how the thing is going, and it worked. So I was very impressed, and at the end I thought to ask her, what university is she with? And she said, I'm in the 11th grade. That's the future of AI. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the future, and I want to do the most dangerous thing possible from the stage, which is a live demonstration. I'm going to ask Be My associate Kearns Lane to come up to help with this demonstration. He's going to demonstrate our latest capability, which will be in your hands in a matter of weeks. It's GPT-4o, which is informed, I'm told, by 1 trillion parameters, things it sucked up on the internet from God knows where. It's the largest model out there, apparently. So when we demonstrate it, I want you to notice how the world is changing. Instead of taking a picture and waiting 10 seconds, which was a miracle all the way back in 2023, today, AI will be quick, conversational, and interruptible. So, Kearns, where are you? Right here. Okay. I'm going to say hello, AI. Can you hear me?
Hi. I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you describe the logo of the National Federation of the Blind?
Yes. The logo of the National Federation of the Blind has 3 intertwined circles in red, blue, and green, symbolizing equality, opportunity, and security for the blind. Have you seen this logo before?
Yes, absolutely. But now I want to change topics because knowing about STEM and science is important to blind people. Could you describe to me the appearance of the asteroid Ryugu?
Absolutely. Ryugu is a diamond-shaped asteroid with a rugged surface covered in rocks and boulders. Its color is dark, almost black, and it's about half a mile wide. It's quite an intriguing sight. What got you interested in asteroids like Ryugu?
Well, I'm interested in many things, but could you tell me that same description in Spanish?
Claro. Ryugu es un asteroide con forma de diamante y una superficie escarpada cubierta de rocas y cantos rodados. Su color es oscuro, casi negro, y tiene alrededor de medio kilómetro de ancho. Es bastante fascinante. ¿Qué te interesó de los asteroides como Ryugu?
Okay, es bastante. All right. Now I'd love to change from just talking to live video. Okay? You ready? Okay. Can you tell me what you see?
It looks like a conference room with lots of people seated and a podium at the front. There's a banner with logos, including Google, hanging behind the podium. Are you attending or presenting at this event?
Can you tell me if the folks look like they're enjoying my presentation?
They seem engaged and attentive.
Okay. That's a first.
You're doing a great job.
Okay, I'd like to ask Kearns to point the camera at the president of the National Federation of the Blind.
How are you feeling about the presentation so far?
This is Mark Riccobono. Do you know who he is?
Yes. Mark Riccobono is the president of the National Federation of the Blind. How are you feeling about how it's going?
Excuse me, can you tell me what he looks like?
Sure. Mark Riccobono is wearing a dark suit with a green shirt and a tie. He has short, light-colored hair. He seems focused on his presentation. Anything else you'd like to know?
You said he had short, light-colored hair. The other day he told us that after 10 years his hair is receding. Is it really receding?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. President, can I ask you to do something for the camera?
Sure. What would you like me to do?
Just do something, and I'll ask AI what you're doing.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm ready to describe what's happening.
Okay, tell me what he's doing.
He was waving his hand at the camera. He's waving again. Anything else you'd like to ask him?
Okay, let's try one last thing. What is he doing now?
Now, he's raising his hand up high, almost like he's waving or making a point. Seems like he's still keeping his hand up like he's making a point or signaling something. Looks like
He's very determined like that. Thank you, AI, and thank you, Kearns Lane. Will this be something requiring high tech when it comes to Be My Eyes? No, that was an iPhone 13 using a regular cellular network. And I'm going to tell you something, that today's AI is the worst AI you'll ever use. It's only going to get better. We are seeing over the last year fewer hallucinations. But the blind-centered folks at Be My Eyes are seeing some things that are actually a little worrying about this too. The descriptions that AI is giving are increasingly bland, warm, and homogeneous. If you ask, say, for a photo of a real estate broker, you're never going to get a real estate broker carrying a white cane. Blind people are missing from these large language models. So we're seeing deeper problems because of that. Sometimes you'll ask one of these models, and there are about 24 of them active right now, so I don't want to pick on any one. You'll say, I'm blind, and it will respond with, I'm sorry. Or sometimes you'll hold up a business card. You think that would be an easy thing, and you'll say, and you're happy that the business card is in Braille and print, and you'll say, can you read the business card? And it does say, I can't read it because I can't read Braille. Sometimes it's taken a picture of me and it described me like it described President Riccobono and said, he's carrying a long red-tipped cane. Well, I've never used a red-tipped cane in my life. The models have to stop generalizing. The models have actually told me that it's preferable to call somebody visually impaired than blind. Obviously, they weren't in resolutions yesterday. It's called a dog guide, your best friend. And sometimes we see that you get syrupy and condescending language when a blind person does the merest accomplishment. And then it still has, guess what, the same ableist construct when you ask it, as the video now will tell you, your Uber is here. But where is here? One day I thought, okay, I'm going to try one model, I'll get my mail, and I'll just go through it one piece at a time. So I picked out a piece of mail and holded it up. I wanted to see who it was from, and it said, it's an envelope. And then I thought, okay, I'll ask it a second question. And I did, and it said, oh, it has a return address and a regular address and a stamp on it. It took me 3 times to get it to read who it was from. It never occurred to the model makers that users of this service would be blind or would hold paper upside down. These models are not unkind or prejudiced. We simply don't exist in them right now. We need to train these readers to be efficient as we train human readers. This in the field is called reinforcement training through human feedback. Large companies, the largest LLMs, are spending up to $100 million every year with humans training the models to be more accurate and more respectful. But to my knowledge, no blind person has yet been hired to join this team of reinforcement training. Would any of you like to be hired to train these models? Some companies say they don't need us. They can train these models with theoretical models of blind people. Do you think that possibly could represent our lived experience? So how can we make things better? In the very near future, you will have a chance to train these models yourself. In fact, our friend Everett Bacon announced this week that his company, Aira, is already soliciting your input to train its models for better results. Yeah. Now, I know that some of your sessions, your video sessions particularly, may be private, and we want to find ways to respect that. So in our and other user agreements, you will always have the chance to opt out if something seems private to you. But we hope you're going to lean in and train these models. It's the only way that we can exist and show up in them. You know, we train teachers, employers, family, everybody on the street about blindness every day. Why is training AI any different than that? You know, actively speaking our truth has always been at the core of federationism. And so I ask you, did you sit and wait for the Vision Industrial Complex to get rid of sub-minimum wages? No. Did you sit and wait for somebody else to put sounds on quiet electric cars? No. Did we put up with ATMs that didn't talk when they arrived? Do you want to sit and wait for the AI companies to get blindness right by themselves? No. So please share your sessions. Consider it a revolutionary act to change the machine. You know, tech writer Tom Chatfield said it best. There is no question that AI is changing the world. The question is, Who will be changing AI? Whose majority models will be the ones that go forward, and who will be left out? Federationists, we must not be left out. Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that.
That was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was, like I said, it took me 2 tries to get it right, But I just like sharing that kind of stuff. I love the company that Be My Eyes is. You know what I mean? It's about us, all that kind of stuff. It's trying to make things better and what he's saying makes perfect sense. These other AI models, they don't understand. I mean, you talk about this yourself, Pedro, about how yours, you're always telling it about you being blind. You know what I'm saying? It's in your profile that you're blind. So, but you do use chat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them other AI models, they don't get it. Just like a lot of us humans don't get it. So
yes, and they're always for training. I had to also use when I use Be My Eyes to describe me an image. I have to remind it that I'm blind, and it would be, oh, I'm sorry, and I'll be like, yes, provide more detailed description. It will give me a basic description.
Well, one thing it didn't say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but one thing it didn't say is when this is going to be available. You know what I'm saying? Because now I did hear him say in there at one point that it would be available within a week, in a week, right? Well, the convention was last week. I keep checking my app. It ain't there yet.
I didn't hear that, honestly.
I heard a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody clear it up for me because I could have swore I heard weeks somewhere.
And this could be ground changing, guys. I just covered on my channel about Envision's instant description, Unseen Adventures 8 at YouTube or TikTok, guys. And I talked about the Envision glasses, how they got live descriptions, almost like Be My Eyes. So they're bringing that to the forefront too. So I'm looking forward to all these companies, and now that there's more companies in that space, we could get more things and better for us, because the more competition they have, the better innovation, the more progress they end up doing. And believe me, I use Be My Eyes, Seeing AI, I do Envision. I have test what I did on my Zoom technology class. One of my classes was who gives the best description, and I put Envision. I put Envision, Be My Eyes, and Seeing AI models to the test.
And you can see that on what is that, George? Blind United Audio.com.
Oh, audio.com. Yeah, just search for Blind United. And I just wonder how it's going to be like to watch a football game or a basketball game, with the real-time stuff. That'd be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds, it's like Pedro said, it's going to be a game changer. You know what I'm saying? For us, right?
Especially to go to the strip club. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Mark, that's your boy, right?
That's a problem there, George. There's a problem there, George.
What is that?
What about it doesn't know your preference?
Oh, there you go. Okay. That's a good point.
Well, but again, remember he said in there, in the very near future, we'll be training our own. So it's just like, when I listen to Amos, right?
No, correction. Not our own. We'll be training their AI.
Right. We'll be training it, right? So what I mean by that is we'll be training it as to who we are, and I take that from, again, listening to Amos talking about the Glide, right? So the Glide, the AI in the Glide is going to learn our, how we walk, how, do we walk to this side of the sidewalk or that side of the sidewalk? You understand what I'm saying? So when it plots its route, as an example, Pedro, when we were in Claremont last week, you know what I'm saying? If it knows how we walk and we had to make that path we went through where the tables were all out there and all that good stuff, it would have part of the path that would have kept anybody from bumping into anything.
And
Yeah,
that's true, Mr. Diaz, because like in the urban environment, like a downtown, or if you go to a conference, or if you go to, even though the airport, right? The
Yeah.
airport, you could be looking for your gate. So yeah, I mean, like you said, Pedro could be a game changer. It really
yeah,
is.
and technology just keeps going and going. And think about it. Instead of holding your phone up, if we had these glasses that could connect to that app and give you that live description.
Whichever one, whether it's Be My Eyes or Envision, whatever app, if we got both of those apps in our phone, just give us a pair of glasses. We can connect to any of our apps. That's all we
Yes,
ask.
yeah, that would be cool. But envision, in the business sense, it wouldn't go. It'd be like, no, we sell our own glasses.
Now,
But
was the
see,
problem? Pedro, real quick before I forget. Now the problem with this type of technology, and it goes back many years, not only just for the AI, but when JAWS comes out and other technology is so expensive. I just wish there was some type
I
of.
want to make another point here. Remember something I just said. Be My Eyes is the company that blind people need. They're doing what needs to be done for the company. I mean, for the community, right? They're not making it's free. Come on, man.
No,
yeah,
You know
now
what
be
I'm
honest with
saying?
you, Mr. David. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, just my opinion. This is my. If they were to say, you know what, turn around and the business model changes for Be My Eyes and say, you know what, we're gonna start charging $15-$20 an hour. A month. I would pay it. I would
Because
pay
of
it.
what they've already done.
Exactly.
But now these other folks, oh no, these are, this is all this is proprietary to our system. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to buy our special stuff. No,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
But that's why I say, envision works slightly different than the glasses that we're trying to describe. That's what I'm saying. Like that we have to kind of keep envision out of it because they have the proprietary glasses and they use a
Okay,
different
but
type
my
of
point
technology.
being, they're not in it for the cause. They're
Yeah, let
in
me
it
play
for the
devil's
bottom
advocate.
line. I
There's no
know that you
profit
got to
on
make
free.
money, but who is all free?
Look, there's no profit in free, but somehow Be My Eyes
Oh,
has made a profit.
because it's just like internet when you're getting hits, when we're talking about hits on your videos, hits on this, that's where you get when people are using the app, that's where they're making their money. When
Yeah,
people are visiting your website, that's when you're making money,
yeah.
right?
But when I meant
All of
like,
that. When people are visiting and liking your YouTube videos, that's when you start making money. When you get to that point, right? So, I mean, again, that's what it's all about. It's
that's
in
why I say we take Envision out of the equation because they're in a different type of model than Be My Eyes. And Be My Eyes and Iris are trying to be in the same type of model in a way. Okay?
But was IRA?
That's
Well, how can wait a minute?
How long has IRA been
No,
around?
no, no. I want to ask a question. Yeah, I want to expand on. I've got to ask a question on what the statement he just made.
okay.
If they're not in the business of trying to help the blind community, what business are they in?
Making money.
Okay, well, everybody got to make money, Pedro.
Yes, but the way Envision has done it is they created a device product to use their own service. Be My Eyes is open. If we have an open source
So you're going to
glasses,
tell me to Be My Eyes AI with this new game changer in the video description, right?
mhm,
Could not do the same thing as Ira. I mean, I'm sorry,
um,
Envision.
that was not the statement. I'm
But
just saying.
but again, I'm
Hold on,
expanding.
let me finish. That was not my statement. My statement is Be My Eyes is
Their
using
business
the
model
onboard.
is
Hold
to
on,
sell
hold on. Let
something.
me let me finish it. Be My Eyes is using the onboard cameras and will use external cameras. Envision does not allow that. So they're two different setups.
I
That's what I'm
got
trying
that
to get
part.
at.
I got that part. I've never argued that part.
Now,
That's my whole point.
But
They
okay,
want to
hold on,
be
guys.
separate. They
Let
don't
me
want to.
let me
They're
let me
in
say
it for
something
the
here.
bottom line. They're not in it for the cause.
let's
Well,
just
this
take
is
that
what.
whole
Hold on,
equation out
guys.
of it, though, Ed.
But
Hold on.
the whole purpose if you're going to feed off of the blind community, You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to exploit this demographic, right? This is who you say you're trying to help. How are you helping people that are 70% unemployed by creating some stuff that costs $2,000-$3,000 to have?
And they're not selling it to us.
What?
But
Well,
yeah,
are we not paying
Go
for
ahead,
it when
George,
we
go
pay
ahead.
our taxes? When we
Well,
are we
well,
not paying for it
I
when
feel
we
like
pay
I'm
for
in
our
the.
taxes?
I feel
And
I'm
that
in
way,
the
yes.
debate. I feel like I'm in the debate between Biden and Trump here. I can't get a word in. Lord have mercy.
No, because George, let me.
But hold on, let
it-
me say my statement first.
Okay.
Maybe it kind of makes what Mr. Davis and you were saying. So, what we're I guess trying to say is that, for example, in Vision, you have to purchase a product to use their product, right? Where Be My Eyes is free. You just anybody could, like me and you tomorrow, just use it. Whereas in
Yes.
Vision, you have to purchase the glasses, which are expensive, of course, and
Yes.
then subscribe. So, like Mr. Davis is saying, Be My Eyes has been there. They set that motto of, we're trying to help a community, which I respect. Where Envision and Ira, I'm be very honest with you, I've always thought that being in of
Their
those
plans
points.
are very expensive.
Yes,
Well,
there
not only
are.
that, but like people need to know this that are listening and watching this, that people that are blind folks, unfortunately,
broke.
we're underemployed or not employed because whatever reasons, right? So you say, okay, I'm offering you this great product, but you have to pay $20 to $40 a month.
Or
That's
you
a
get
lot of
the
money.
government, or
Yeah.
you get rehab to buy
But-
it for you, and the taxpayers pay for it.
Yeah, and I was just trying to say that that's not a good comparison between Envision and Be My Eyes. The best comparison will be My Eyes and Ira, to compare both of those, because they seem like they could use external cameras. And if we could get some glasses that are external and don't play only, I choose this service or I
Right,
choose
but
this
if you
company.
remember right, Ira had their own glasses a while back as well.
Yeah, they went out the
They
window because they didn't
realized
play
that,
nice.
that there's another element into having glasses. Okay, that's
Yes.
why in essence, Envision, they the cost of creating that glass, right, that wearable, is extensive. So that's why they're trying to set the middle model where they got to sell it, right?
That's why.
Okay.
That's why
Ira,
Meta. That's
but
why
Meta, but their
Hold on.
I'll give you that they partner with them, but
That's why they did that.
if Meta wants to expand, they definitely need to allow all apps. Now, if they wouldn't allow all apps on your phone, you'd be winning.
Yeah, because
I'm
let's say Envision
Matter
took
of fact,
the same
I'd go
route.
down there today and buy me a pair. If they did that, I'd go today and get me a pair.
If Vision would have took the same route and paired up with like Ray-Bans or let's say Ira, they probably would have survived. Meta saw, we're going into a landscape that we don't have nothing and know nothing about. That's why Ira's glasses, I don't think they're here, because they probably couldn't compete with new features. Plus, we are a big community, but in the same time, in the scale, we're small community.
But what, let me say this, folks. Since there's some people that are watching on Facebook, by the way, Miss Bonnie Perez and my cousin Elsa.
guys.
So let's just say this, just to put everything what we're trying to say in context. To paying for subscription, not paying for subscription, and the mindset is. It's like the Ability One programs, right? Oh, we want to help people. We want to help people that are with disabilities get employed, but yet they only pay minimum wage, like here in Texas, $7.25 or $7.50, and they got no problem with that. They got no problem with that.
I know.
But yet they'll exploit us, because I've been there, and they'll say, "Oh, George, we want you to go to this company, to this fair, and talk about Ability One, how it employs you." But yet they don't say that you could work for us for 10 years and still get paid $7.50, or really don't have insurance, or so in other words, it's just the optics. For example, like Envision, yeah, there's a great program, it's a great company, and I don't think we're going to get a sponsor from them anymore anytime soon. But anyways, the thing is, if you're going to offer something for us, you got to understand that us are unemployed or underemployed. Us don't have $20, $40 to spend, and so someone that doesn't understand that, like, that's only $20. Yeah, but we're only receiving $800 a month.
Yeah.
A month to live on, to pay your bills, to pay your rent, So that's what I'm trying to say. I think that's where Mr. Davis is coming from.
Yeah,
With Be My
I
Eyes.
understand. I understand that part. And
And trust me,
let me make a full circle here.
well, wait, let me jump in because George made a comment, and I just want to clear it up. Yeah, when he said about them not sponsoring us, well, I don't know if they ever would have sponsored us, but to my buddy Sean Keane, I mean, he's a buddy of ours. He was part of Blind
Oh, that's
United.
right. I'm sorry, my bad.
You know, he came in, he did his stuff. He now works for Envision. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they do not have a good product.
Yeah.
They do have a very good product. I just don't like their business model. I'm sorry.
Look,
That's all it is.
This is my opinion. They're a great company. I checked out their glasses. I liked that they listened to the crowd and made them real light. Now, with the AIs, I think you could even put them on your own frames. That's something dope. If I could get my Ray-Bans and put those on top of my Ray-Bans.
Well, I suggested that to Sean after when we left CSUN. When we were sitting there, remember when we were sitting there at dinner after your party?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told him. I said, Sean, y'all need to take these things off these little thin wire wannabe glasses, right? And put some clips or some straps or something to where you can strap this camera to my glasses, your glasses, whoever's glasses.
Yeah. So
let me ask you this, Pedro. Just I mean, it's kind of not the same kind of product, so to speak. But how about the Orocam? I mean, I know it's not the same.
Well, he just said it's a new one, right?
There's a new one, and it's Oricon Pro, and it's like a stick. It's like a marker. You wave it in front of the things, and it will start reading. But it's a subscription base. But just to talk about earlier about what I was trying to say about the Envision and all these glasses and all these AIs. Well, they're all good and fine. Yes, they help. Exactly, they help. But and this is not Envision because I don't know their background, but from what I'm hearing, some of these companies have ChatGPT is what they're basing their models on, and that's what it's drawing on. Right. All right. Be My AI gives us that for free. They about to give us the 4.0 for free. And these other base subscription services are asking us to pay this subscription when their models, they even state that it's gonna be running off of this. Although it's gonna be filtered through how they built their model, but it's running on one of these large language models. So you have to make a decision.
Let me say this real quick, folks, for listening.
And charging you for it, so you just made my point.
Let me say this, just so the people can know. Pedro is well educated. So that's why when it comes to, I mean, even me, I'm a trainer with the state. I even asked Pedro questions about the iPhone. So I give you that respect, Pedro, about. You do your research.
Well, that's he's our tech guy. Blind United wouldn't survive without him on that end. So
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying that is, don't think that we're coming in as a negative way. It's we're just trying to keep it 100, right? Regarding why.
That's why we got our disclaimer out front.
Exactly. but we want to make sure that people understand that, when it comes to the economics of us, daily living. I'm fortunate to be working. Pedro, hopefully one day he'll be a trainer himself, which I hope he does. And of course, Mr. Davis is retired. But the thing is, we have income coming in where other people just have one. In other words, either SSI, which is what $775, and they have to live on that.
Well, different states give different amounts.
Okay. Yes, well, even though here in Texas, $775, but you think about that: living, paying bills, paying medicine. Come on.
And then also, and then something viable.
I'm sorry, I just thought of something that's actually, it's sad, but in essence, it's funny.
Yeah, but the thing
Social Security is not a living wage.
Yeah, it's not. They all tell you, and they're based on 60, almost 40-year-old digits and models and stuff like that. But that aside, think about this, guys. In the future, you will most likely be paying for an AI type of service, but it wouldn't be justice if we're paying multiple AI services. Think about that. And it's gonna happen that way if we don't start, seeing, because I already pay AI service. I pay a service so I could run tests. So I use Be My Eyes to describe me stuff, but I'll also hit the ChatGPT's website and upload a photo and run tests like that and see what's the differences between Be My Eyes and the online AI, the different models, the 3.5, the 3.5 turbo, the 4 ChatGPT 4, the 4 negative point oh, the new one they got. I run tests. So I do this, and I don't do it. I do it for myself because I want to see what's going down and I want to see what can I do. So I pay a service, and mind you, I'd rather pay straight to that model right there because
Especially because everybody else is using chat, most of anyway.
Well,
yeah,
Pedro,
most
let
of
me ask
them
you this
are.
question, and I've just been curious myself. This is coming from a naive point. What is there a difference between 3.5, 3.0? There's two parts question. Is there a difference between 3.5, 3.0? Because I've heard you say that before, and I've heard it, other places. That's the
Yeah.
first question. And number two, is there a difference between the paid and free? I mean,
Yeah, they're
honestly.
okay. For the first part of the question, yes, there are differences. 3.5, consider it like a middle schooler. Um, the ChatGPT 4 is like an 11th grader, and the 4.5 has around million parameters. The 4 ChatGPT 4 has about billion, and the negative 4.0 has trillions data sets
Wow.
that it could draw from. So it is going and it is getting better. And um, since I subscribe to one of these services to Chap, I've been training myself. I have AI training me in different things. It could teach you stuff, and then I'm learning how to teach a model, and I've been getting good results on a model. I've been training for myself to do a certain task. I got other tasks that I do, and I train these models. I give it data, and even some of these services that I pay to keep tabs of my statistics on YouTube and stuff, they use ChatGPT. So sometimes they have their own model they somewhat train, and I pull all that data and I put it into my model. I do a lot. And then on my iPhone, I have it running through my Siri, and things like that. So
By the
so
way, I got an alert on ABC News that 2,000 airplane, what do you call them?
are grounded.
Grounded, and then that they still haven't really determined when or if they'll be fixed. Delta's up and going, and I'm sorry, America's up and going, and then Delta's working on it.
Oh
So
wow. Hey
they're
George,
still,
one question.
yeah.
What did the airplanes did wrong that they're grounded?
Right. But that's going back to what we're, the whole concept, the whole scheme of stuff is technology, right? Remember back in the day when, but technology it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a free thing and a paid thing.
Okay, remember when emails. Remember when they started charging to have emails and stuff?
Yep, I remember
And
that. Yes, sir. People
remember
don't know that.
Google. What happened when Google came out?
Yep, you're right.
What
It was-
happened? They
so-
changed the whole type of model, and companies failed because they didn't want it to adapt.
exactly.
So we got, and it's true what Ed said. We are 70% not working.
And
So
I want to give chat, OpenAI, the also credit for the fact that they gave what they gave to Be My Eyes. I mean, I heard him say in that presentation that when this video interaction comes out, we'll have that trillion model.
But Mr. David, real quick, so
mhm.
people understand how AI helps us, people that are blind. So I'll give you a perfect example. Me and my wife went to a birthday party at a restaurant, and I wanted chicken tacos. So I took a picture of the menu with Be My Eyes, and then started reading it. So I stopped it, and I put it in there. Where ask more. So I put in there, is there chicken tacos on the menu? And it says yes, chicken tacos, rice and beans, $13.99. So I tell my wife, oh, not bad, $13.99. And my uncle looks at me like, how in the hell did you see that? I'm like, yeah. So that it helps us. I mean, we could.
big
Big
time.
time.
George, I could take pictures of all the pages, right? And then tell it, look, I'm looking for this specific item, and it would tell me, and then I would tell it, when somebody else tells me in my group, hey, what else they got? Or they're looking at the menu, they're trying to ask the waiter. Sometimes I could tell them already because the AI listed it for me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that
So-
just go back 5 years. Go back 2 years. Will we be
Well,
able
like
to
he
do
said last year, to describe an image, that was a miracle to us when Be My AI first came out.
And also I had some technical problems. My Windows computer, for a reason, it was asleep. All right, I didn't know this, so I'm taking pictures. The AI was like, "It's an orange light and indicates your computer's asleep." So I had to take multiple pictures, but I'm trying to get my computer off of this. And if you know you're blind, sometimes when your computer falls asleep, it's hard to wake it up. Sometimes Jaws doesn't wake up and things like that, and it threw me off. But the AI taking the pictures, I was able to complete my task and got my computer to restart and reboot.
Hey, Pedro, check this out. The other day, that's your computer, right? And I'm on Windows 11, and my jaws stopped. And I know my computer's on, so I'm like, well, what the hell? So I'm looking and looking. So I go, you know what? Just by, I don't know, I guess training and whatnot, I took a picture of the screen, like what you taught me was the iPhone, right? So I took a picture of the screen. I asked, Be My Eyes, is there an X on the volume button or the volume icon? And it says yes. So some way, somehow, I actually muted the damn computer, and I was able to know that. I'm like, okay, cool. But what I'm saying is, before that, I would have not known. Now,
Right.
granted, I needed help to unmute it, right? A sighted assistance. But
Be My AI is one of the most valuable tools in our toolbox right now.
now, what
Yes.
would be cool? This is, and I said this before. And I know it's not now. I know that's not going to happen now. But what would be cool is when AI allows us to interact with a website. For example, there's one particular application that's not accessible, and it has a little red button on the bottom to start it. And Jaws didn't see it, but it would be cool one day to say, "Click on that red dot for me." Right?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And then also, I didn't answer your second part of your question, George. What is the differences from a free
Oh,
and a
that's right.
paid
Yes, sir.
subscription? And sorry about that, but yes, there is some differences. On a free version, you get the 3.5. You might get the 3.5 turbo. Once you got a subscription, you get the 4 point, you get the ChatGPT 4 and the negative 4.0. You also get to browse their other models that other companies has trained. You have Kayak, you
How
have
much?
a wannabe lawyer, but it looks up things for you on live time, and you can ask it questions. It has Kayak, so you could plan vacations, and look up for hotels and stuff like that. It has.
Pedro, hold on. Did you see that? I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you said
Mm,
lawyer, did you hear that thing?
mm,
I don't know. I think it was in Georgia or Alabama. Anywho, a person, an inmate, was filing papers with the courts with verbiage of of a lawyer, and he
mhm,
said he had a lawyer. So everybody's like, until they found out it was actually him. And I guess he was using AI to formulate or compile those legal
mhm.
documents. And I'm
And
like,
it
wow,
can.
that is scary, man. Smart, but you
No,
know,
that's
Well, you
smart to
seen the one
do.
they advertised that about like if you get in an automobile accident,
Hmm.
where rather than pay a lawyer,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
that big percentage, you can get 40, $50,000 all to yourself.
Well, they say to look up and do your research in there to see how much it is and how much you could get, and then get a lawyer so you won't get put to the lowest.
By the way, how much is the subscription fee? May I ask?
It's around $20,
Oh, not too bad.
and it gives you the 4.0 model, and then it's able to go across conversations now. So I know 4.0 is from the 23 and before internet, but you could also give it an extension to have internet browsing. So you could go research in Google Scholar, you go research white paper. So I could go tell it I only want to get from Google Scholar because I want to research this, and it will pull all that from official sources. Although, and just to have a disclaimer, you have to go back and double check your work always when it comes to this, because they're not perfect. But
It's still
this
not
could
perfect.
be this could be a accessory, a tool, and an assistant on assisting you on
Right.
daily tasks that you might need in your life, even tasks that don't require for blindness.
By the way, Johnny from Petco is watching again. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
Hey, yo, Johnny, what
Welcome back,
up?
my brother.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
these
so
these AIs could be really beneficial. It's true what Ed says about they all wanting to charge. You know what I mean?
well, that's the
And if
advocacy in me, Pedro. I mean, that's
yes,
why I
and
do Blind United. You know what I'm saying? I ain't making a dime for doing none of this.
yeah, and
Okay.
Envision, I think they're creating their own model. And disclaimer, ChatGPT is a big, large model that's been having years on this. So when a small uh, company is making an AI, they're working on it and they're building it from the ground up. I
I have another
understand
I have
why
another
they would
ignorant question
charge.
for you, Pedro.
Hmm.
Now, can Pedro, can
Pedro's
chat
AI now, George. Just to tell you.
can chat GPT or that stands for something. I forgot what it stands for. But can you run it off your phone, or does it have to be on the computer?
Um, you could run it off the phone. It's better to run it off your phone because you have an app that installs on your phone. Currently on the desktop, there's no app, but you are able to add it on your desktop by adding it as a shortcut. And I have done that on my Windows, so it's on my desktop and it opens like a window. It doesn't open like a browser.
Oh, okay. And the reason why I ask folks is because I know that Chat GPT, whatever it's called, that pulls from your phone, right? Like the processing, the battery, and all that, or does it?
Yeah, it does pull because you're connected to the internet and is you're chatting back and forth, so you're sending back and forth data and stuff like that. But it's not nothing like how you're running a YouTube
Okay, I
video.
hear you.
Think about that one.
Yeah.
Also, folks, if y'all have Windows and you have JAWS, you already have AI. If y'all in the latest update, you have AI description, so you're able to get a description of your screen if you want to do that. Get a description of a window application or a description for a control. So there's various ways you could task the AI in the
Right,
Picture
right, right.
Smart feature in JAWS. So sometimes there's an unlabeled button. You could just spacebar, insert spacebar, the
Well,
letter
look
P
at
and the letter C, and you will describe that control to you. So there is options
well,
to
there's
take
the
account.
AI in Windows as well. That's what a Copilot is.
Well, Copilot is not in Windows. It's only on the browser at this time. It's only in
Kind
Well,
Edge.
of
I
hard to
mean,
use, isn't it? I tried using it. It's kind of hard, especially Windows 11.
I
Yeah.
haven't tried, but I mean, again, Windows is moving more to a web-based thing. With the 365, everybody's not there's not that many folks that are getting, as we used to call, the Windows Suite. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you get a Windows Suite, it's no more like you say. Remember, we used to have the Windows, well, we're 11, we got
Hmm.
11, right? But again, Windows 11 is one thing. 365 is another thing that gives you all of the suite of products within
Oh,
Windows.
like PowerPoint, Excel.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
all of that
Okay, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I think they brought
It's
out the
it's a
web-based because of the Mac users. You don't get all the features you get on Windows when you download these apps on the Mac. So some people prefer to go on the website and use them that way.
yeah.
I'd rather honestly have them inside my computer downloaded as applications than me opening up a browser and getting online and have to start using internet. Because if you have them on your computer, you could use them offline. You could be on the road and
But
on your
see, that's the
laptop.
beauty of what is that? Was it OneDrive? You
Yeah.
can
Hmm.
have it. You can have it on your computer and on in the server
And not only
in
that,
the
but if you
cloud.
have multiple computers like me, I could be in the bedroom and I get a call from a customer. I could put my notes in my phone. My computer, and I go to my computer in the office, and there it is. But before, let
Hmm.
me ask you something, Pedro. And I know people might be thinking about this. Of course, every time we talk about technology, cameras, and all this jazz, privacy. So let's say you have a document that you got from your lawyer, and you want to scan it, OCR it. Does it go within the computer, or does it go to a server?
When you OCR it with what?
That's exactly. I'm sorry. That's like an open question. Let's say it was Be My Eyes or Jaws.
Um, all right. For Be My Eyes, yes, it's going onto their server. But let's say you go through the website. You could put it there. You could also delete it and tell it this is private and stuff like that. Be My Eyes said they're gonna introduce a feature pretty soon for their video thing. When it comes to Jaws sometimes does it quickly and gives you a description, but sometimes it gets a task that is harder and it will draw from ChatGPT.
Okay. So it does
Yes.
pull from the server if it
Yeah.
has to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that true with the new iOS coming out 18 that initially it'll do it, but then if it has to pull from the server, it'll ask you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I bet you they're gonna have a feature that you could turn that off. But it's good to know to leave it on at the beginning so you can know what information that they need extra access. So like that, you know what not to ask if you
Yeah,
don't
when
want
they
that going
want
out.
you to turn it on, oh, okay, they want this information right here.
Yes. And it's not that they want it, but they need it to finish your query.
So that's what you're saying by training, right? By training the AI?
Yeah, but training the AI is giving it results and telling it when it did something wrong.
Well,
Sometimes
as an example, George, taking a picture of your guide dog and say, do you see the harness on the back of the dog? That indicates that it's a guide dog.
Okay, I see. And talking real quick about that, about learning your patterns and training. Mr. David, how in the heck did you get your Siri to talk like you?
With the 15 Pro, when I got it, man, the Siri just started modeling my speech.
yeah, little by little it starts doing that. It starts,
Really? That's crazy. So if I say, hey, how you doing? It can start doing that. Or what?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, little by little it starts picking up on the way you talk and to sound more natural to you. When it's reading stuff, it starts, when it's saying
It
something back to you.
starts
That's
sounding
Siri.
like you. It start talking like you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw an article. I saw and read the same shit. Oops, sorry.
The
Same
sad
thing.
part is when I listen to Siri, I realize how ghetto I sound.
But isn't it? I heard an article. It was on
Mhm.
YouTube. Do you CNN or Fox News? Anyway, about people are reporting that Alexa is making creepy noises because listening to, like, for example, I had a gentleman, one of my customers. Now I don't know if it's true, folks, but he said he was telling his wife a joke, and Alexa started laughing. So I'm like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, Alexa. Remember, guys, inside of Alexa, the chip box, it's not processing anything in Alexa. It's listening, and then it hears the first syllable, second syllable, and it's already. Oh, it might be calling me. By the third syllable, it might think that you called her and activated, and it might hear your conversation.
Okay.
So remember, Alexa, stop. The A lady always.
Sorry about that.
I just said stop just in case she went off, but the A
But the
lady.
people listening, like, God dang it.
Yeah. So stop. So it always goes to their servers. There've been reports when the A lady has called authorities to a house that had a domestic dispute. I only heard it once or twice, but I don't know how concrete those articles.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
that
so
was cool, man. That's true.
And then about Alexa, stop. About the, about the A lady.
That's why we changed ours names, Pedro.
Yeah, I'm about to do that too.
Attention, Ziggy. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's better with a Z. It's better something with a Z because sometimes names ain't that common. We don't use too much words with the letter Z.
Poor George. Every time he say his name, it's a Z.
Yeah, I know.
Right. But like I said, and it's so cool, guys. I guess because me and Mr. Davis are older. You're kind of still young there. Well, not too young, Pedro, but we've seen the process of
we're a decade apart, I believe. I'm in the 60s,
but what I'm
in the
saying
50s,
is,
and he's in his 40s, I believe.
Growing up like Pedro and me and Mr. Davis, living with a visual disability and just seeing the technology, how it evolved and morphed into something that's pretty cool, right? So I just appreciate that. Now, granted, we're still in some parts in the infancy, but imagine 10 more years from now, guys, 5 years from now, that's going to be cool.
No, George.
Yeah.
In a few years.
Imagine me telling my great-grandchildren, I used to have to plug my phone in a wall and stick my finger into a round object and spin a dial to dial a phone number.
No, that's super old. Now what's old? Okay, now what's old is dial-up.
Right?
You know what's old now?
Yeah.
Oh,
AOL.
I hear you, but I
Mr.
remember
know
when
what's
it wasn't
Davis.
no AOL.
Mr. Davis, I was me and my wife were
Remember
watching
Earthlink?
Earthlink. Oh yeah, Earthlink. That's right.
What happened to Earthlink?
All
But
of
Mr.
that,
Davis, we're
I think they
watching.
all fell by the subway side.
Mr. Davis, me and
Yeah,
my
George.
wife were watching Three's Company the other day, and one of the characters was calling, and they gave him a dime. You could hear the little. I'm like, wow, that brought back memories, man, from back
Yeah,
in the
remember
day.
that phone was sitting over on the table? They had to go over there to where the phone was.
And if my grandma had that metal one, so you had to use a pen or pencil
Oh, yeah.
to.
Hey, what about remember in the 90s and the 80s when everybody had this super long cord?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
well,
right.
that was, but see, that changed. So before they had the one with the little clip, the same kind of clips we use nowadays to plug our cords into our devices. Where you got to lock in like your Ethernet cord, stuff
Oh
like
yeah, that
that.
little clip it up. Yeah.
Okay, got the little lock
clip-on.
on it.
Yeah,
So before those, you had to have the phone company come out and put a longer cord on it.
I remember when I think it was the 90s when the first caller ID came out. Man, you thought you were like, wow, technology. I
Yeah,
can see
those
who's
little
calling now.
devices, stick it on the wall and set it
Yeah,
on
and
the
the red light
table.
and the green light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they show pictures when you call. It shows you a picture on your cell phone of the person.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So so technology moves fast, folks. So it's always evolving. Pretty soon, with the new iPhone, is gonna be in our pocket with a compressed model of a AI.
All right.
And the new chips for Windows are starting to come out. They got the new Surface Pro with the neural chip for AI also. So they're starting to come out. Um, Also, pretty soon, once it's in our phone, it will be more secure. You could get a credit card number if you need your own credit card number and all that and log it down or memorize it. You'll be able to be more secure on giving that information out. I'm very wary on AI sometimes, especially if it gets saved. I done it and it tells me and just to prove a point that you could go around their rules, they told me I cannot give you this card number due to reasons, right? I phrased my question differently and it read out the whole card number.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, wow.
So
It's all in the prompting with AI.
yes, it's all in a prompting.
Oh,
but-
okay. Before we get off the air,
Because
I'm
I
glad
was
you
so
said that,
getting
Mr.
ready to
Davis.
grab that button.
Hey, I know. I was gonna say we're doing a 2-hour show for TGIF.
Yeah.
I mean, it is we're an hour and a half right now, fellas.
I know.
Let me ask real
I
quick.
mean, I'm good. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you
I
know.
lost my thought. What were we talking about right before that?
We were talking about AI and being in your pocket. What
credit
else?
cards.
All the credit cards and the AI reading it and then prompting it gave me
The prompts.
result I
So
wanted.
let me ask you this,
prompt. Okay, yeah.
Pedro, because you're our subject expert on this, and I'm kind of you brought that up, Mr. Davis. So, being a blind person and those who are watching and listening, do we have to prompt the GTP to say, you know what, I'm blind? Can you describe, or could I just say describe the picture?
I like to prompt it because think about it that sometimes it doesn't have the mind of reason like how we do.
Okay.
If I tell you describe this picture on your side, you'll be like, oh yeah, because he's blind. The AI is just, oh okay, let me describe it. It might have it already pre-programmed. I don't know, but for myself, I let it know I need extra detail. I'm a blind person, and it says, okay, thank you for clarifying. And this been in the Be My Eyes app. So
And you know,
so it is.
Basically,
I
what you're
assume
saying is the more information you give it,
yes.
the better the information you're gonna get back.
Yes. So let's say I take a picture of my surroundings and I'm in a living room and there's all kinds of stuff, but I wanted to concentrate on the laptop. The first picture might say laptop, this and that, background, this and that, but you could tell it on the next message, only concentrate on the laptop, and the rest of the pictures you're taking and you're trying to do something, it only will tell you about the laptop. So you have to give it directions like a child right now. It's a middle schooler right now if you're using the Be My Eyes. So you have to give it directions. You have to let it, you could tell the car, go forward. It could go forward at 150 miles an hour, or it could go forward in 5 miles an hour. So you have to be go forward at 5 miles per hour and 30 yards, slow down and stop. You can't just tell it go forward. You have to be specific on the way you want it to give you the result. So, for example, you could tell it, I want you to describe the path in front of me and tell me the objects that are on my way in the path. Well, it won't describe the scenery. It won't describe how the walls look. It's going to tell you the path has a table on the left, a sign on the right, and you could walk a little to your right and then veer a little to the left to go through those objects. Like you could give it instructions on how you want it to instruct you, because you know your preference too. So the more information you give it and the way you want it to instruct and the way you want it to give you those results, you will get better and better results.
And that's the whole thing with the AI that's going to be at the Glide. It's going to look at that as soon as you turn the corner, and it looks down the block and gets a good view of what's in front of it. It automatically starts calculating the route, and then the Glide will tell you path, created, and then you just take off, and it guides you right around everything.
Yeah, and that's what's cool.
Pedro, and I've been tempted to try this, but I guess I haven't. I'm going to ask you because I don't know, you probably already done this. Can you take a picture like inside your refrigerator, and say, I'm looking for the ketchup?
Yeah, I think I was one of the first ones to do. Well, I told it like this, George, and this is a quick tip for all of y'all. Y'all can take a picture of your refrigerator and tell it, give me a recipe for something to eat with all these items. With the items that I have on my fridge. Don't say all the items. Just say with the items I have on my fridge. And it saw that I had fruits, yogurt, and I forgot what else. And it told me to make a yogurt fruit salad.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That is cool, man.
And that was in Be My Eyes. So imagine the -4, it's gonna give you way more recipes, more details and stuff.
Now,
like
can
that.
the chat GTP, put the whatever it's called, does it use camera too or not? Oh, of course it has to, right?
Yeah, you could allow. Well, let's say you want to upload something, an attachment or whatever it may be. You get a menu that says file, camera, or photo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I put documents that were in PDF and not accessible, not readable at all, and told it, can you give me the information from here? It gave me a summary, and I told her, no. Give me the whole list of all these websites. Give me everything in text form. It shot it all out, the whole document in text, and I was able to copy and paste it. But it was so long, it was like 6 pages long, and I know what I was looking for. So I put my query. I told her, look, I'm only looking for this and results that are only for this, and it gave me my results.
Can I put in a list of companies and ask it to get me the websites and emails for those companies?
Yeah, there is. If you give it a browsing, allow it with browsing, and it can give you the phone numbers. There is a tool.
Remember, I was telling you about that list I have of all the folks that were at CSUN.
Yeah, there is a model. I see if I have it a list. I have a website that gives you a list of so many different models, but they have a model that you enter the company and will give you their email.
But you got to do it individually.
You could probably put it as groups. I think it could handle.
I'm lazy, dog. I just want to paste the whole list in there.
It's not being lazy. It's being productive.
Well, I'm lazy and don't want to put them in one by one. I want to be productive by putting the whole list in there and getting the whole list back with everything I need.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Davis. I'm sorry, Mr. Pedro. Let me ask you this, Mr. Davis. I'm doing this on purpose. I know the answer. So if someone says, well, my website's not accessible, just use Be My Eyes or JAWS to make it accessible. Is that supposed to the way it's supposed to be, or how would you respond?
No, that's definitely not the way it's supposed to be. I mean, again, I'll say first that I'm grateful to have something like Be My Eyes that can help me, right? But no, the website itself is supposed to be accessible. We ain't supposed to have to use nothing extra to be able to use your website. And sadly enough, the extra stuff that these people are putting on their websites, these snake oil salesmen that are saying that this will make your website accessible, okay, they just got shammed. No, it does not make their website accessible, not for totally blind individuals. You can go in there with these, what we call them, overlays, and they can adjust the font, they can adjust the contrast, they can do all this, they can do all that, but it ain't gonna give us it don't do nothing for us as totally blind.
Yeah, and the folks that say, "Oh, it's fine if you got Be My Eyes, just use Be My Eyes." It's not fine because you know what? That stops me a minute or two or three to do this, and it stops me from my
Right
flow,
now, I'm
from
being
my flow.
counterproductive. I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
being,
being exactly.
yeah.
hmm It's
So
like
no,
more
but no,
steps.
to answer your question, no, George. Thank
And
God we have the tool, but we're not supposed to need to use that tool.
yes, folks,
Exactly.
that's true. So, folks, if you're having problems with a website and someone tells you, "Well, use your little phone or use the," no, it should be done out the box.
And
I
another
shouldn't.
thing, please, 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 folks, my blind brothers and sisters, do not. If someone tells you you go to whatever product or service you want to use, and they say, "Well, don't you have someone cited that can help you?" and you say, "Oh,
Mm,
okay," and walk away. No, 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 no. Please don't do that.
Well,
mm-mm. It's a
it,
disservice to all of us because they just pushed you aside. Basically, they just shoved you aside. That's what they just
well,
did
it's
by
the
you by
same
telling you
thing.
that.
It's the same thing he was saying within the presentation about even now. It's evident that the creators of the AI, you know, they didn't think we were going to be using it to the level we're using it. I mean, again, I'm telling that you're blind. Some of the other models, I'm not going to say chat, but, whichever ones he was speaking of, he tells you you're blind. And, oh, I'm sorry. And again, remember in the beginning, it generalized. I remember when we first started doing it on our interest groups, and we were talking about this photo where it took it of him and his wife or whatever, and it said his wife had glasses on, and she didn't have no glasses on. It was generalizing, So that's what we say also about you got to verify what you're getting from your chat. You got to verify what you're getting from your AI. You know what I'm saying? You run it through as Pedro does, 2 or 3 different ones.
Yeah, I put them to
Fake
the
news.
test. I put them to the test, guys, because they do make up stuff, and these AI models are being created by humans, and we're known to errors, okay, as human beings, and that what makes us special.
but
If something was
another
perfect, it wouldn't be human.
another main point that Brian was trying to make in there, the biggest problem out of all of this with AI,
hmm
we're not at the table. We
Yes,
don't have a voice in the company.
we
True.
They're
don't.
sitting there making decisions on what we need, and we're not there to speak about it.
I'm right here. I'm down to work, guys. I'm right here. You're blind techie, man. I use all y'all models and run tests.
And you're in California too. That's where all the companies are at. So,
Okay,
And I
so
love technology. And the thing is, I like to experiment and simplify it. So when I come across somebody and they need some help, I already simplified it for myself that I could simplify it for them. So I try to simplify everything and
Pedro, can I
stuff.
say something to you? I've never said this, but man, I appreciate what you do because it helps us lazy people. I'm not gonna lie to you.
well, and I'm gonna take this right into a closing for us, gentlemen. The coming up this Monday, I appreciate you, George, because you got that same mindset. Because coming up this Monday, we're going to do a lot more in George's groups, back-to-back groups this Monday, fourth Monday. George, you ready for that?
Oh crap! It
Uh,
is.
yes,
All right.
sir. So he's got his advocacy group, which is going to be a lot more about what we've basically been talking about almost for an hour and a half now, right? So that and the same thing that what we just was finishing off on, finding ways to do stuff easier. George's other group, which is tips and tricks using JAWS.
Are you
He
Yeah.
sure it's
shows
the
us.
fourth Monday of the month of the year of the month? Yeah, okay. All right.
Ask the smart devices. Ask the smart.
No one
That's
can do it.
why-
That's true, guys. That's another thing we did talk about, right? Remember how we have all these devices in our fingertips, and it's starting to make us like not remember things. Not remember when
That
knowing
boy.
facts. Remember when knowing facts was the thing, and it would be a game like who knows more and stuff like that. Remember
The
that?
quiz shows.
Yeah, the quiz shows.
You know, I mean, again, I remember I used to know phone numbers, man. You just name somebody and I give you their number. You know, if it was
Yeah.
somebody that I couldn't remember, it was in a little black book in my wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I have a real fast
Only
before we
if you
go.
could remember account numbers and passwords.
So, right?
All of
real
that.
quick, Pedro. It just popped in my head when you said translate. Now, right now, is there any kind of chat or anything available that can translate language in real time?
In real time, there is it's like a hearing aid. It does cost a few thousand, I think, or around $1,000, and it's you put it in your ear and it describes live. Another device that kind of does that will describe a conversation. If you have your A lady in Duolingo and you ask her, can you describe this conversation? And it gets ready and it will tell you, start speaking. And you start speaking in English, and then she comes back and says it in Spanish. The Spanish person says something, and it will come back and say it in English.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's starting
Okay.
to happen. It's starting to happen with these smart devices in our home. There's a translation app on the iPhone, but it's not live translation. Also, the chat, it does it too. So
Wow.
it knows how to translate when you give it things to translate. So it's coming. If we're getting live video, we better start getting live translation even with the chat.
Yeah. Well, I
So
mean,
imagine-
once we get that live video, we're gonna get a whole lot of new stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
just
Open doors.
automatic description on movies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's frustrating, Mr. Davis? Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Davis. You know what you said about the movies? It's frustrating and it's sad that on Netflix there's still movies on there. There's no damn audio. It pisses me off.
They're
Yeah,
taking it.
yeah, but they were the first ones to start doing a lot.
They're pulling it out of there.
I don't know, because yesterday, last night, I was looking for movies, and there's one movie is 2023, and no audio description. I'm like, oh man, really?
Well, I mean, so number one, anything that they do, that they create, is audio described.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry.
They only give you audio description for the other movies if there's an audio description track available.
Yeah. Also, I seen them bring back an old show and put descriptive audio on that show.
Right.
So they do that too. Also, there is some movies that come in theaters that have audio description and all that, but when they come to like streaming services, there is no audio description. So I don't know what's the connection there, but they need to do better.
Yeah.
They need to do better.
By the way, I saw Tuesday, Redbox. There's no more DVDs. We were talking about that, Mr. Davis, about DVDs. No.
No,
Anyway,
it wasn't us, but
Tell me, George. Tell me about that news.
The Redbox, they filed for bankruptcy. At one point, they had over 2,000 Redboxes across the United States. Now they're filing for bankruptcy because there's no who uses DVDs now, really?
Right. Well, nobody. I mean, but again, if you remember right, Netflix started the same way.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, sir. You're right.
Netflix was a a CD, video DVD service. That's
I remember one time I got a CD, a DVD from Blockbuster, and we're about to take it back, and my cousin said, "Hey, make sure you rewind it for the CD." But anyway,
but now I remember the days when they used to charge me if I didn't rewind.
Exactly. People don't know what we're talking about. The youngsters, yeah, we had VHS. We had to rewind it before we returned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And they had DVD rewinders too. I mean, tape rewinders.
Yeah, the VHS rewinders.
Yeah, VHS. Tisha is in the comments. Hello, Tisha.
Hey, Tisha, how you doing, sweetie?
And Monica said she hopes you invite her, George. And I think that was from our earlier conversation.
Oh, I know. What happened? She dropped off. Where did she go? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, man, everything has constantly changed. It's gonna get better. But again, for standing here, Blind United, who we are, advocacy, all that kind of stuff. You know what? We're standing up. We're trying to, demand our seat at the table. I mean, not that I'll get a seat, but man, I got plenty of my people like Pedro. There's plenty of blind folks out here. We're not just blind and sitting at home collecting a Social Security check. A lot of people got degrees in
And
all kind of different fields. So
mhm.
we're there. You just don't want to hire us. You think that we don't know what we're doing, but
I know, and they might have that kind of or they might work slow, they might need extra help. That's not no issue. Also, for them to have, oh,
but
I
they
don't
don't
think
really
blind people are gonna use
harder.
AI. For them to have a thought like that, oh, blind people are not gonna use AI, gives you the mentality they're on. Come on, if
So
it
one
comes
one
in
thing I
text,
do.
it's no images. It's perfect for us right there. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, it's all text based, perfect for us. It doesn't use images right now,
Right.
perfect. Imagine if AI came back and shot you an image with all the text that you wanted to know, and it's just and it tells us image, image, image. We wouldn't be able to use it
Right,
at
Exactly.
right,
all.
right, right.
But
And then one thing
since it
before,
came out like this, ooh,
Pedro,
I
and this,
took advantage.
and one of the things that contributes to all this unemployment or underemployment. So when I have an opportunity to talk to groups or kids, especially and the parents, I always ask, and I mentioned this the other day, folks. I'm sorry for repeating myself. So I always ask, what's the biggest barrier? What's the biggest barrier? And people, in the not accessible websites or not accessible restrooms or doorways or steps or da, 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 I don't know. Perception. Because no matter Mr. Davis, he's the CEO, and Mr. Pedro, he's a badass with technology. All they gotta see is, or me with whatever, this is
It's what
blind
people
walking.
think about us. It's what they believe. It's their false impression of who we are.
They'll see it with a cane or a service animal or, you know, um, but do you have a service animal, Pedro? I've never asked. You have a cane, right?
No, I have a cane. I
Okay.
have a cane.
But like I said,
Pedro is the best at mobility I've ever seen without a lot of formal training. He just went through some formal training, but when I first met him, he had no formal training, George. And he's
no,
better than
there's
I
people
am.
that, yeah. I've seen people when I could see Mr. Davis and Pedro. There's one particular, I went to my friend's home, and his wife was total, he wasn't. So I'm sitting there looking at her, guys, and she was not. I mean, no fingers in the cup to fill up chopping the salad, filling up the pot, with the chicken. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, and I turned to him, I go, is she totally blind? He goes, yeah. I'm like, damn, that is cool, man, because she was just, quick.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people, you have to understand that, people that are blind, it doesn't disconnect from our brain. It doesn't disconnect from our arms or legs that we can't use it. We can still use it. We just can't see, right?
Yeah. And I think some of that kind of like that stigma is, oh, they're blind. They must be, poor old them. Oh, let them just be at their house. They think we
Yep.
should be in a dark room, lights off. Like that's part of us, but that's not all of us. I do be in all lights, dark.
And for
I ain't
some
gonna
of us,
lie.
we're trying to get them ones out of being home alone in the
Amen.
dark.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes people think, oh, I can't do a lot because I'm blind, or the people that are sighted, oh, you can't do a lot because you're blind. No, we can do a lot. You might
You
not
can do a
know what we
lot.
can do because you never been around us.
You never tried.
Now,
Yeah.
I will be 100. I'll keep it 100. If I'm in a line and for some reason somebody says, "Oh, come to the front," just because I'm blind, you know what? I want to go. I'm gonna
Hey,
go.
I'm not gonna say I
I
don't pay
take
the
that
disability
ride.
card when I
I'm not gonna
can.
lie.
It's like
You
telling you,
know,
are you down for survival? Yeah. Hey, you get me in front of the line, I'll take that ride.
I'm not gonna lie. I play my disability card when I can. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Yeah.
know,
And my motto is I want to do what sighted people could do without a hassle. So if you could get online without using a third party like a phone to take pictures and try to navigate this website, the better, because I want to learn. I want to know. I want to use my device exactly like a sighted person.
Amen.
You
Amen to
know,
that. Yes,
and
sir.
that's why I feel like we as the blind community need to band and be united, come together. We need to make certain guidelines to be passed in Congress that will benefit all of us. I have a few ideas that could benefit all of us, all of us.
Now,
And
So
talking
we
we
will
about
got to
make it
speak in
easy.
one voice to get that done. I'm
Yeah.
amen
sorry.
to that.
I'm
And before we go any further, I just want people to understand that when it comes to one voice and all that, and we always reference the AGA, the AGA, the AGA. Just remember, folks, the AGA is not designed for us to be special. I'm special because I'm blind. No, it's supposed to make you equate to everyone else around you.
gives a
Equality.
So
level playing
equality,
field.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Level
it's,
playing field. That's all we ask for. A level playing field.
Now, what I
yeah.
understand from our conversation on Thursday or Wednesday, Mr. Davis, used to be called special ed back in the day,
I did.
and that's a street name, so I'm not gonna go there. So, anyways,
Well, it was also a rapper's name.
yeah, that's right, special ed, yes, sir.
Hey, he gave you some special aid.
You know, I was all my real street name was White Boy Eddie.
White boy
Damn.
Eddie.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. I keep mine classified, guys.
Me too. I'll keep it because I'm wanted in several states. So
No, not that part, but I keep mine classified. But that
I
guys,
keep it 100. I served my time. How about that? So
hey,
hello.
I serve mine too. But that aside, guys, is always to stay educated, especially with our community. Reaching out to Ed, reaching out to these blind organizations, getting out there, meeting people. Something that we want to do is one of our building bridges, closing gaps, and building connections, guys. That means even having a talk time like we do with our Zoom interest groups, even organizations that do outdoor rec, going out there and hiking and going to beaches, like all that. I'm proud of our community that does stuff like that, but we
And Pedro,
should be all
by
united.
by you saying that, and I want to mention this because I've seen it with my customers and being with the vibe and whatnot. So if someone that you know that's watching and listening, if you have someone that you know or you yourself just recently went blind, or reach out, talk to someone. It's not the end of the world. It's not, oh man, I'm gonna just sit here and rest and just rot. No, look at me and Pedro and Mr. Davis. You could do it. Monica and Brittany and all these people. You could do it. Just reach out to someone, talk to someone. It's not the end of the world. It's life will get better. I know right now, as we all transition, from sight to blindness, it's a scary transition, right? Like, what are we gonna do? But you know what? It's brighter on the other side of the bridge, folks. So don't,
Yes, yes.
reach out there.
Yeah, so I know some of my blind folks probably got a comment that said, "Oh, there's some sighted folks that gave me this comment before. Oh man, if I would have been blind, who knows what I would have done? I probably would already, um, out myself." And the mentality to have that, like, you could actually go blind. That's what I was thinking in my head, sir. You could actually go blind. And what you're saying is you're gonna unalive yourself? Like, what kind of thing? You don't have no fight in your heart. You don't have no heart to overcome this. It's not the end of the world. And just to let off, because it's almost time, guys. We need a blind president one day.
Right,
hey, why not?
Mr. Davis.
Why not?
Davis.
Nah, I'm already too old, y'all. So
Don't worry. So is Biden.
well, I mean, I get that, but I don't want y'all talking about me like y'all talk about him. So
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just-
never mind.
you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I don't know
You know
what
what?
happened.
I appreciate Mr. Davis and Pedro and Monica having this healthy conversation in public, because people that don't live in our world, and it's not I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but people that don't live in our daily lives don't understand the things that we go through, the tribulations, the frustrations, and the happiness. There's happiness too, right? But just understand that we don't want to be special. It's not, oh, pobrecito, Mr. Pedro, está ciego, or Mr. David. No, I have nothing to do with it. I could say the same thing for you, right? Oh, I'm sad that you're a Republican, or sad, just being stupid, right? But what I'm saying is, this kind of conversations are good, and I hope that everybody enjoys this. And I appreciate Mr. Pedro and Mr. David, because you guys do it almost every freaking day, which is awesome, guys.
Yeah. And for those folks that are barely learning to navigate and mobility, or are get nervous outside, even myself, I still get a little nervous, but a little bit of nervousness is okay, because you listen more, you pay attention more, and even navigating the world completely blind is daunting. It's daunting sometimes.
But it's
So
doable.
practice is doable. It is doable. It's not something that can stop you. You know what I mean? It's doable. You just have to find your way and practice.
We got folks in the community that are deaf and doing it.
Yep.
Okay, they don't even have their ears. All they got is the feel. But they out there making it happen every day. They not just sitting at the house doing nothing.
Yeah. But even if you're in your house sitting and doing something online, whatever it may be, as long as you advocate for yourself and you out there and you don't let blindness get you down, depressed, and feel down sometimes, because even I sometimes still be like, man, if I could see and stuff, that's normal. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you.
And one way to have fewer of those days, right? Woe is me days, right? Is interacting with the community.
And with that being said,
realizing that you're not the only one out there that's going through that.
Mr. Davis, with that being said, and I think we need to close it, but with that being said, folks, the interest groups, there's plenty, and I could see how this could help someone come out of their shell.
That's what it's for. That's why we created it.
I think we've seen it, Mr. Davis. Me and you've seen it with one particular person that has done that. So, folks, if you want these interest groups, email info@blindunited.org. And there's over, let's say at least 20 interest
Well,
groups.
there's 20 on the list. Some of them are once a week. I'm sorry, once a month. Some are bi-weekly and some are every week.
Yeah, there's advocacy, there's crocheting, there's movies, there's Jaws, you name it. I mean, there's, the new ones, the Women's Support Group,
We got
Pedro's
Ladies'
iPhone.
Night.
He did the other day, was it yesterday, the watch?
Apple Watch? Yeah, Apple
Dude,
Watch.
that was freaking pretty cool. But anyways, folks, if you're going through that transition, you feel isolated, trust me, get hooked up with the interest groups. It's going to change your world. It really is.
Come in. I'm gonna speak to you when you come in. But if you want to sit there and be quiet, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna let you, just get a feel for everybody in the room, and then you speak when you get ready to speak. If you get ready to speak, cool. If not, as long as you're getting the information, you understand what I'm saying? You're moving in the right direction.
And then and the cool thing about this, folks, you can meet people. Tennessee, Kentucky, New York, Michigan, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Colorado, Wyoming, Oregon.
Nationwide.
Yep.
But nationwide. So on that note, fellas, I really appreciate everybody. It's been a beautiful Friday. Thank you for everybody that joined in and listened in and stayed to the end, or whether you caught the second half or whatever. I don't know. Thank you for being here, Monica, all the Georgia's people down there in Texas, his cousin, and all of them. I appreciate all of you folks as well. So, again, this is just what Blind United is about, trying to do what we can for the blind community in any way we can. And if we see a gap somewhere, we're going to build a bridge across it so we can make that connection. So, everybody get with us tonight. Come out, check out Pretty Woman. It's a really good movie. I'll be there at 6:00 tonight. And then again, like I said, Monday is all about George. Man, George got a advocacy group, and then he got his tips and tricks. I'm gonna enjoy that. So everybody enjoy your weekend. I will talk to everybody on the flip side. Have a great day.